always had that something in you where you wanted to strive for better. So describe for me, what has your journey been like in life?
The journey it's been very hard because, I was on public assistance, so it was like, at first it was a boundary there. Anybody knows about public assistance, they don't want you to go so far or they're going to cut it off.
When you describe yourself now, tell me, who's Freddie Stevenson, the man that you are now?
A few years ago, I remember in college, they would always have speakers come in and ask us who we are. I wouldn't have been able to answer the question. It probably would have had something to do with football. I'm a fullback for Florida State. I want to play in the NFL. But now it's just simple. I'm Freddie Stevenson, man of purpose.
This is a passion of mine. The whole premise behind the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast is to spotlight the fact that it is now time for you to get your dope comeback story.
Hey, say Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Say Jazzie Conversations with Jazz.
Every Monday, I call people into a studio and we dig into their comeback stories, because I know that we see people in their glory and we see people when they're on top, when they can have that silver lining to them, but we all go through some things, right? We all go through some things, and I think once we're real with people and we let people know the trials and tribulations that we've gone through, it only makes us human and it connects one of us.
So I just want to know, what would be your advice to someone who is looking to start their own podcast?
First and foremost, let me back up. Find your voice. What are you going to talk about? Is it something that people want to listen to? How long will your podcast be? What's going to be the consistency of your podcast? Are you going to do it like weekly, daily? Are you going to do it monthly? So once you find that, because that's going to indicate if somebody wants to listen to your podcast or not.
I do know how I'm doing it. I'm doing it with God. I'm doing it because this is a passion of mine. And when you are passionate about something, you're not going to stop. So it really it comes down to how bad do you want it. Listen, it does come down to how bad do you want it. And so listen, I want to go ahead and welcome you to another fantastic Monday. You are in tuned to the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. I am your host, 𝗕𝗵𝗶𝘀, mother, host, event host, podcast host, educational leader, all of the good things, right? And so this is Monday, January 27th of 2025. I hope that your new year is still going well. You know, there have been several things that have happened in the media since we have hit the 2025 mark. And so as long as you know that this is a podcast that celebrates the comeback story, and you know that you can make a comeback with God, the right resources, but knowing how to use those resources effectively and your willingness to do the necessary work, then you are all set for 2025. Listen, before we get deep into the show with my special guests, I want you to make sure that you subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. Make sure that you follow me, you subscribe, you leave a comment, you leave a review on YouTube, Facebook, and on Instagram. And I can be found on your favorite podcast platform as well. Today is episode 142, and I have two dynamic women on my show. Both women are entrepreneurs and they are creatives. They have created such an amazing space that we're going to talk all about this episode. So I have Miss Symone Wilson, and I also have Miss Zanjia Zow. I hope she doesn't kill me for mispronouncing her name, but Big Z is in the building as well. And so they are the creators. They are the brain women behind the Black market of Melanin cultural Festival. This is the second year for this festival, and it is my hope that we all as a community come out and support, not only in Polk County, not only in Central Florida, but across all demographics, across all cities and towns. We want to support it, right? And so the Cultural Collective Society, Inc. is a nonprofit organization dedicated to celebrating and empowering diverse communities through cultural enrichment, education, and creative expression. And so the Cultural Collective Society Incorporated is bringing the Black Market, a Melanin Cultural Festival, to us. All right. So they foster unity growth by curating events, workshops, and programs that highlight the beauty of heritage, artistry, and innovation. At the heart of their mission is the commitment to inspire positive change, embrace diversity, and create spaces where every voice is valued. And so going down this Saturday on February 1st, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., I need you to make sure that you make your way to Lake Silver. The address is 199 Lake Silver Drive, Winter Haven, Florida. We're going to get all into why Winter Haven. We're going to get into why a Melanin Cultural Festival. We're going to get into all things the Black Market. So I am going to welcome to the stage Miss Symone Alexander Wilson, and also Miss Zanjia Zow is in the building. How are you doing, ladies?
Good.
We're doing good. Thank you for having us, Jasmine.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on here. I saw all of the goodness and greatness going on last year when you ladies were planning the festival. And it from the outside looking in, it just seemed like everything happened organically. You guys had a thought in your brain, and it was something that you were adamant about making sure that it happened. But before we get into all of that, ladies, introduce yourselves. We want to tell us where you're from, because in Polk County, we love to represent our hood. So I want you to tell us where you're from. And I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself. So who wants to go first?
I'll start.
Okay.
My name is Symone Alexander Wilson. I am from the city of Bartow, Florida. I am the owner of Tilt Bartending, an event bartending service, and I'm also one of the founders of the Cultural Collective Society.
Awesome.
And I am your girl, Big Z, none other. I am a host, a makeup artist, a facial specialist. I own my business is called 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 Beauty. And yeah, I'm from Waverly, straight out of Waverly. No, that's right.
Oh, well, listen.
When we do this means the west side of Bartow.
But yeah, also the co-founder of the Cultural Collective Society, Inc. as well.
Awesome. What did you guys come up with the idea for the whole idea of having the Cultural Collective Society, Inc.? Where did that come from?
So what came first was actually the Black Market, and the Black Market was just a vision of mine. Of course, it's not the original. There are other people that do the same thing in different cities, different states. But the Black Market came because I was involved in other vendor markets, but I didn't feel comfortable. It didn't feel like a space to me. It didn't feel like I was being supported. So I want to create a space where people that look like me, minority-owned, women-owned businesses, got the support from their communities. So that's when the Black Market came about. Z was on board, and we made it happen.
Awesome. So I looked at this, and I've heard part of your story of how it came together, and even when having a podcast, like a solo podcast, I haven't ventured off in doing a podcast that involves another person, because when you have a baby that you're birthing and it means so much to you, it's hard to let someone in on your dreams. I don't know if you feel the same way about you being in business in the beauty industry, because right now it's just you. I know in your industry, in order to grow, you'll have to have more people, but I don't know if it's at like the beginning stages, you just feel like you have to keep it sacred until you're able to find a space or find a certain person that still has that work ethic as yourself. And so I say that, and I'll let you answer that, Z, is are you in that space right now?
About like collaborating, I'm always in that space.
Collaborating with your beauty business, because I'm going to segue it back into how you guys merged to bring this to life.
Okay. So collaborating, it has to make sense.
Yeah.
It has to make sense. And in this industry, the beauty industry, there's like this thing where I collaborate with makeup artists all the time when we do fashion shows, when we do like different photo shoots or stuff like that, and hairstylists. So I'm in the industry to collaborate with different beauty creatives. So yes, if that answers you.
So in your space though, right now, would you bring someone aboard who would be a part of ZK Beauty?
No.
Why?
Because ZK Beauty, I'm a solo makeup artist. I mean, on a board, that means I would move away from, well, I not move away, maybe in the future, open up that if I have a building to multiple people, you know, something like that, yes. But makeup is just a solo thing. It's like I'm doing this. It's a me and this person type of exchange. It's not I'm gonna have somebody else do your makeup. No.
Yeah, I got you. Because I was like, because like in that space, I've seen where some people they kind of do it. Like if they have their own makeup brand, then they may bring in someone else that they would train, and it would be the such and such way where they would collaborate that way, and that person would simply be under their umbrella. And so when I saw the two of you come together off of this one idea, the backing behind my questioning is that sometimes we have these dreams, and it's like, I don't know if this person is going to hold this dream in their heart like I do. I don't know if I can trust this person with my vision, with my dream, because I have so many thoughts in my head and I just don't want anything to tamper with it, right? And so what made your union right? What made the two of you fit as to where you guys could become a force together?
It was weird. So Z and I met.
Weird.
Z and I didn't even know each other. We literally met off of an event. I had never met this girl before. I honestly had never even heard of Z or ZK Beauty. Like it had never come across me before. So when I met Z, we started talking. We started collaborating with another event. After that one, I was like, okay, nah, me and this girl kind of locked in. We kind of see things similar. It just was easy. And like, again, in talking to Z, like, girl, check this out. I got this idea, the black market. She was like, let's do it. No questions asked. She was like, let's do it. And honestly, from the beginning, we were worried like about just the support of it all. But it's honestly been just such a great feeling to see people just support us in this. And like, I love what y'all got going on. We understand the mission. We understand like how can we help you? Like people have offered, of course, their own, like, what can I do for you? Day of, call me, let me know. So in me and Z's collaboration, it's been great. She gets on my nerves. She's like a little sister. I am not the business person. Z is more of the business person. She's been doing this a lot, like the business side, a lot longer than me. She kind of understands things a little bit better, and she's not a people pleaser like me. So we let her do that. So that's why I feel like we make a great partnership. We make a great team, because where I'm just like, of course I'll do this for you. Z's like, no, this is business. We have to handle business, Symone. So the collaboration honestly has been good. She's like a sister to me now. She can't get rid of me.
Good. See, why did this collaboration make sense to you? Like, why were you just like, yeah, let's do it?
Like everything she said, we literally didn't know each other. We had opportunity to work with each other and clicked, and we really just started building a connection, a relationship. And when she came to me with her idea, I was all for it. Whether it had been me being a part of the whole thing, I was just gonna support regardless. And so it just made sense for us to continue to work together. And like she said, we locked in. We can't get rid of each other now. Literally, legally locked in.
Listen, I love that. I love that because in the legally part, I guess, comes on the business front. Like with that, because I know, like, you could say that you guys didn't know one another, but then it takes sort of like a dating process where you're vetting one another and you're making sure that the chemistry is right. Because there is this big question that people toy with. You know, you keep business is business, personal is personal. I'm the type of person where it is not that way with me on certain things. Like business is business if I'm only dealing with myself and then other people. But it is not business is business if I'm bringing somebody in with me and then we're dealing with people. Because if I'm dealing with another person, I got to have a relationship like the two of you have. Like we've got to form some sort of bond, because now I represent you, you represent me, we represent our brand, right? So it has to make sense. So I can't just be chilling with somebody where I'm like, business is business. I don't necessarily have to like her. We don't have to go out. Nah, baby, we are locked in.
Right. Seriously.
So we gotta have a vibe.
Yes, you do.
To piggyback off what you said, yes, it was more of a like, okay, we're building like a relationship. We, you know, connecting, we're sharing each other's interests and conversating all the time about different things, about different aspirations. And it kind of just led from that. It wasn't like, oh, okay, I like the way you do business. Let's go ahead and get into a partnership. No, it was just, it really just came together. There's no way to kind of explain it. It just really happened. It just like a relationship. A lot of times you kind of don't, you date, but you like, I ain't really looking, but then it just happens.
It happens. Yeah. And I think relationships like that, whether it's romantic or business, it happens like that because I think you're cosmically linked, because it's what God saw fit to happen. I think when things like that happen, like it is definitely a part of those things in the universe where it's like, this is something that's supposed to happen, right? And so that's how I look at it. And and as someone who has done events in the community, this was not just a simple idea of we're going to go to a city park and we're going to invite vendors, or we're going to go to somebody's property that we know personally who gives us the green light to make this happen. No, this idea was outside of those boundaries. So when you guys envisioned this, let's not talk about the vision that you have that it has grown into, but at the foundation of it, what was the Black market supposed to be? How did you see it?
Oh, it's fine. I mean, I can go. I mean, I feel like the vision that I saw is honestly exactly what is. As far as like the location, of course, you know, I'm from Bartow, so to me, like silver really didn't have any significance at all.
Yeah.
I didn't really know. So I think we were riding around and I saw across the front like MLK Junior Park or something. And he was like, that's it. Let's do it here. And like, even if you've been there, if you've seen like how it looks, if you've seen the setup, just the stage, just being on the water, like it just creates a different, like you feel something, like it feels good to be there. Like I think it's just the water and the wind is just, it's a different feeling to me. So when we saw it, it was like, okay, yeah, MLK Junior Park, literally a civil rights leader. We're talking about the Black market. This is it. This was home for us. And so this is where it is now. And of course, this is where it'll be today. I want us to take it to another city, but we'll figure that out.
We're building it. If I can answer, so I am from Waverly by way of Winter Haven, and I'm raised up in Florence Villa. Right. If anybody watching this know what I'm talking, I know what I'm talking about by First Baptist in the Circle. And like it didn't dawn on me, but now when I think about it, it's like that part is right in between Florence Villa, which is the hood, and Uptown, which Uptown is where it's mainly, you know, white people or better living families. It's not low income. And that part kind of like just signifies like the unity in the community where we're all able to go. And it just makes you look at Winter Haven in a different light. And it just kind of like really happened. They wanted us to go to a different part, but we were just adamant about like, we want this part. And the other part was under construction. So it really just all like happened.
Worked out.
It worked out how God wanted it to work out. And now it has so much significance to the art event. It just really works out to what we're trying to do and provide to the community.
So from suggesting that it go to another park to something special that's going on and that has gone on with the two of you from the city. You guys are official. You guys are like, the city has recognized you. So you want to let
Yes.
everybody know what just happened to you too.
We received an official proclamation from the city of Winter Haven by the mayor, Mayor Birdsong, and also the city commissioners. We are super excited that they acknowledge our event. And yeah, I mean, it's only going up from here.
You got them papers.
Right. Literally, this is exciting from where I've come from to where I'm at. It's such a milestone and accomplishment for me. And I'm just happy to be a part of it for sure. Like it shows that people that look like me, it don't matter where you've been, it matters where you're going. And like you have the same opportunities to get yourself in these rooms and be a part of, you know, the community and be recognized by your community elected officials. Like we see and we respect that and recognize that and want to present you with, you know, a token of appreciation, of acknowledgement for what you have.
I think that's so dope. That's pure dopeness. Like that's
I know,
amazing. And I'm proud of you too. Like that's amazing. That is adding to your legacy. Like I get excited when people are like awarded things, and you know, that's the basis of my story. My podcast is the comeback story, and so when you're able to add some hardware to that comeback story, some paper to that comeback story, you know, it makes me feel so good because you're giving someone hope. Like there's someone who may be holding a dream right now that they are so afraid. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I envision this. It's a community event. I don't know if they'll let me have it. I don't even know what to do. And you guys are now a link between somebody's dream and then it coming to life. Like you now hold this vision, hold the tools that could help the next person. And I think, you know, I think that's an amazing space to be in. And so when we come to the Black Market, a Melanin Cultural Festival, what can we expect? Like what can we expect? Because we know the water's there, we know the stage is there. It's space and opportunity. So if I'm attending, which I plan to attend this Saturday, what am I in for? Walk me through it.
A backyard party, an event full of, and like, you know, you go to some events and you kind of like uptight, like, ooh.
Yeah.
I feel like this event provides just community and inclusion. Like, come on out, just let your hair down, have a good time, go support your homegirl, your friends, somebody you might not even know, and come out and enjoy the fresh air because it's coming off the lake, so it's fresh air. Food, the vendors and their crafts and things that they provide go with your Black people. So it's like going to Walmart, but culturally Black.
Why was that so important to the two of you? Because I know it's important to you. I've had conversations where I know that it is important. Why is that so important?
We try to like Black Wall Street.
Yes, we want to build up our communities. We want our communities to have Fortune 500 companies. We want people that look like us to have the same thing that JP Morgan, or, you know, we want them to have these same experiences. We want them to live in $1 million homes. You know, we want the same things for our communities. And I just want to build Black commerce. I want to build our community up, especially where we are in today's society. I want to put money where it matters and where it will affect me and my community. So that's the goal. Buy Black, buy with people who support your vision, people who understand your vision. So that's important.
Let me tell you why I love you guys in your space of being unapologetic about that. I love it because in the climate that we're even in today, what we actually see going on in our society right now, not just our community, but our nation and actually globally, you know, with the demise of all of the DEI programming that we have in corporate America, that's diversity, equity, and inclusion. A lot of people are like, well, it was already set up in a faulty system, it was unneeded, etc. And there's so many people who beg to differ, and I am actually one of them. If you look at the case that's close to home, like the Target situation, the different companies who are doing away with it. You have Tabitha Brown that came and said she understood if you didn't support Target. But here's what you do need to understand is that if you don't support these Black businesses, they will not sustain. They will not be in the Targets. They will not be in these retail spaces that they worked so hard and fought so hard to be in. So it is incredibly important that we still offer support to them. And so it is so many avenues left to be explored as to where we're not necessarily mainstream supporting them with these companies who do not want to support us. And that is exactly what it is. It's just call us right. They never wanted to support us in the beginning, but we know that we have buying power. We have so much buying power. That's how we were able to, first of all, create a Black Wall Street, although it was taken away from us, burnt to the ground, right? And so when we talk about these back avenues, you guys are at the epicenter in Polk County as an avenue to get those products sold. And so if we are really talking about supporting Black commerce, if we're really talking about supporting Black businesses, your event is a premier event like none other really in Polk County, where we can support our Black businesses. And so someone who's a Black entrepreneur, they were welcomed with open arms to come and vend at your event. And the word is getting out to the community from the city all the way down. It's on social media. You guys have your own, community of supporters. But what would you say to those people who don't look like us, who are not Black and brown? What do you say to them about wanting to support a business who is?
Thank you. Come out and support. Come out and support. That we see you as an ally. Come out and support us.
Yes.
Talk to me about the diversity. When you say yes, come out into support. Have you seen a lot of diversity in or at the Black market?
There's a select few. There's a couple, sprinkled in there, but it may be a comfortability issue. But I mean, I encourage everybody, if you support Black owned businesses, if you want to see people like me win, if you want to see us be able to have the same things that other businesses have, just come out and support us, give people an opportunity to grow. It's a safe space. It's a safe space. I don't want anybody to feel like because it's called the Black market that we are trying to push other people out. We want you to come and support, just like we go to farmers market downtown Winter Haven and support the other businesses. It's the same thing. I would encourage everybody to just come out and support all of our Black owned entrepreneurs, Black owned businesses, as well as our artists as well that will be there.
Right.
Listen, go ahead.
I feel like it makes, when we speak about the Black market, we do always get these questions, especially when we're speaking to other races about like, well, are you open to having, white vendors or other races be a part of the event? And we've had to answer this question quite a bit, and we don't mind answering it and letting people know, like Symone said, it's not to shun anyone away from being a part of it. And just you being a part of it doesn't mean that you have to be a vendor. Being a part of it means that you're coming out to support the vendors. And it's to highlight our Black businesses in the community, to give us a safe space so that we can support each other and that you can come out and support them. Because like Symone said, there was a need in the community for more Black people to be in a space where they're not just walked past because they're selling the same thing, but because they're Black, I'm probably not going to walk over here because I don't feel like you have what I need for me. So it's just a safe space. It's open to any and everyone. It's us creating a space, and I just feel like it's unfortunate that we have to consistently explain this, but it's okay. We'll continue to explain it until any and everyone gets it, and then that's just what it is. We understand that it's not common that you see events where it's just nothing but Black vendors, nothing but Black performers put on by Black people, but we're creating space because we are Black and we love our Blackness, and in loving our Blackness, we want to create a space for our Black people to win.
I feel like what the pleasure of being privileged is to have something like a farmer's market where you don't have to explain that that's really what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
Well, if we
That's privilege.
really want to,
Literally.
if we really want to be very honest
Mhm.
about it, think about the privilege that you have to grow up in a world where you never have to explain that that is in fact what you are doing, because it is just the norm.
Mhm.
And nobody really says anything about it. And so, but the people who are not represented, they feel it. They feel that we are not represented. And so that's why our spaces have been created in the first place.
Mhm.
Your Indian culture, your Mexican
Mhm.
culture, your Hispanic culture, your African American
Mhm.
culture, your African culture. That's why
Yeah.
other cultures venture off and have these smaller segments, because we are not openly represented in the mainstream. And so I think that when people come to that realization, it should just hose down some of the uncomfortable feelings, etc. And then maybe it will not, because you're so used to just seeing yourself. And that's what
Mhm.
feels comfortable, because that's all you've
Mhm.
grown around. It just feels
Mhm.
comfortable. And so anything that feels a little bit different, when different shades start to be there, you do feel uncomfortable. And so that is just
Yeah.
the way, and that is just the culture of our nation. And so
Yeah.
if you're really going to be accepting to if we are really going to say we are accepting to other people, being accepting to other people means you show your presence at a MLK parade in your city.
Yes.
It means
Mhm.
that you support a Black market that's happening in your city. You don't try to
Yes.
go online and on Amazon and get some collard greens and try to Uber Eats it. Come and show your face, because
Mhm.
if we're going to show that we're in unity, that's the best way to show it. And we do it
Yes.
all the time. So
Yes.
we are a culture that does it all the time. So you will feel welcome, because I
Literally.
one, cannot wait to get the food. I, for one, cannot wait to shop at the vendors. I, for one, cannot wait to hear this music. Because listen, when we go, we have a backyard party, or we have a family reunion. It is about the music. So let's talk about what we can anticipate and expect. Like, what, when I first get there, what should I do? What should I do?
Early. If you get there early, we're gonna break out too, and we're excited about it. We're gonna break out with a Zumba class from one of our sponsors. They're gonna come out with their Zumba members, and they're gonna give us some like little stuff to warm up to, and followed by that, we're gonna have just music, poetry. We're gonna have. I'm more excited about our money, and especially about the youth choir.
Oh
So
yes, the sing out crew, Raynard
Look,
Hayes.
listen, because because I was gonna say, if y'all did not hire our babies, I was gonna have something to say on my show. So
They're on the list. They are coming. We are super excited.
listen, and I'm not just saying that. Renard does, and this is Renard's private business, but he does have some of our APL students who their parents pay for those lessons. And so I'm literally like down the hall from his classroom. My office is in the admin part of the building, but it's like when I'm doing my podcast, some days if I have to stay on campus, I can hear them. And I'll just get up out of my office and I'll just like stand in the hallways and sing. And I'm just like, this guy is amazing with what he
He is.
brings out of these kids. So I cannot wait to hear.
I can't wait, because he already told me, he was like, they're gonna sing some very cultural songs, some stuff. He didn't tell me what, so I'm really excited to hear
I've been hearing them
what they're
practice.
bringing.
I've been hearing them
Okay,
practice.
well then don't tell us. We want to be surprised too. We're gonna be sitting there.
So I haven't heard everything, but I was like, I passed by one day and I was like, oh my gosh. And these are students who been with him for a long time, and they now attend Harrison School of the Arts. And you know how bomb those kids are, how talented kids are. Those kids go straight to Broadway, after college and all of that stuff. So I'm getting chills. Like I didn't know
I'm super excited
for the okay, yes.
Yeah,
they are. I would be remiss if I do not say this now. We want to give a special shout out to all of our community partners.
Yes, light it up.
So I have JF Design Homes. Shout out to you. We got Miller Tax Services. We got the law office of 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗎 Smith, located in Haines City, Florida. We have Mrs. K's Enrichment Centers. Shout out to Auntie Katina. And we have the Human Capital Resources Concept, so HCRC. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you for believing in our vision, for funding, a lot of things. We needed this. We needed
Yeah.
this. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. Was it people that just reached out to you and said, "Look, I see what you are doing, and I want to help you"?
Some
A couple of them, yes.
Yeah.
some of
It
them.
doesn't
Yep.
that feel good? Like
It
that, like when
does.
you don't have to go like door knocking or like, okay, somebody sent me to talk to you, and that's not how we even show up to do it, but it's just like,
Right.
okay, I gotta ask.
I want to help be a part of that. How can I be a part of that? How can I sponsor? How can I?
Yeah.
It's just,
Yep.
what we're doing is God is in it. Trust. God is telling you, because literally thinking about back to last year's event, it rained that morning. It poured down, and we like
Rain.
everybody get in your prayer closet right now.
Yeah.
And
Listen, I remember the videos. I do. I remember the videos from last year. Yeah.
now this year, we wanted our band to come back. Unfortunately, they had something else pre-booked. The band ain't come with the youth, but sing out cool with you, like, because we want the youth to be a part of this. So it's like
Yes.
be falling into place how it's supposed to. People be coming how it's supposed to. Just I'm excited about everything that is coming this Saturday. I'm ready for it to come and go because I'm tired, but I'm excited about it. Like it continuing, and it continuing to open up doors for other people. The connections that people make from just being at our event. These nonprofit organizations, we have a lot of different nonprofit organizations that will be a part of this event as well. Bringing the awareness to them is going to be amazing. So it's just an amazing event to not only come and spend your money with the Black vendors, but to be knowledgeable of who is in your community that look like you, that can help you with something that you need for your business or your children, and so on and so forth.
Do you have because I know that you probably at this moment can't spotlight like all of your vendors, but how were you in the selection process of your vendors? And then like, can you give some maybe some spotlights on some of the vendors? I know you may not want to do it if you can't do all of them, but it could be some that just stand out, or you can just say expect vendors that sell these products or this product.
So the selection process was pretty much first come, first serve. Unfortunately, that's how we wanted to do it, so we can make sure we don't have too many people selling the same thing. Because I didn't want it to be someone be in a position where they're buying jewelry from two other vendors, but there's one over here that maybe is not getting enough foot traffic, So we tried to make sure we didn't have a lot of the same vendors. But who are we going to spotlight? Who want to spotlight? I want to spotlight.
Okay,
Go. You go.
Our returning vendors, because that's amazing to have people come
that.
Miyata Memories by Miyata LLC.
Yes.
She handcraft nicks and knacks, things that you need. She's coming back. We have 𝗕𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗿, who provides hair products, coming back. Have
Dr. Alonzo is coming back.
Who
else?
Alonzo is coming back.
Oh yeah, Dr. Alonzo. Yes.
A Black author. Oh my God, we love Salika, our friend. That we
Lit Essentials.
Candles.
I'm excited about that. Oh man, listen, we have over 20 vendors again, which is
awesome.
For real.
But some newbies that are literally traveling from outside of the country. What was the Broward? Tough Luck. So he makes custom rugs,
which is exciting. I'm excited.
That's exciting. Tough Luck, and then we have Nubian Gifts, who's coming from Lee County. She has her own hair care line as well. Yeah, super excited about her. Who else we got?
Garden Produce.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So she wants to definitely start doing, I think, some education on how we can grow our own produce, kind of be self-sufficient. So I definitely wanted to have her come.
Yes. We have a lot of people.
I know.
The new food who we have is Sweets, Treats, and More. They do Italian. That's the name, right? Symone?
Yeah, that's the Italian ice and the boiled peanuts. Yes.
Yes, we have. Hey, my friend, she's coming out with 𝗕𝗏𝗍 Healthy Habits. She like pasta, fruit, and boiled peanuts and all the good things. We have. Oh my gosh, we have a plethora.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's over.
I can't even think. Hold on, let me look at my phone. I can start naming people. Hold on.
Coming for sure. And if we missed you, it is all on the Black Market. Festival 2020. our event page. We're spotlighting them on our event page, on our Instagram page, the Black Market AF, and also on our Facebook page, the Black Market of Melanin Cultural Festival. We have everybody who's involved. We putting that out, making sure that we give the recognition where the recognition is due. Because again, people can choose not to support us, but being that they are, we want to like tell you from the bottom of my heart, I know Symone feels the same way, that we appreciate y'all so much for not only just investing in our vision, but investing in yourself, because it's a small investment to help you get out to so many other people who are going to support you. And you never know, they might need you for a catering. They might need you to do a big load of products that they need for a retreat. Who knows?
Right.
You know, to like put their business out there in the front line for people to know who they are, how they can support them, and other people to mix and mingle with them and see how they can support them as well.
Absolutely.
I think what we're also not mentioning is the Cultural Collective Society. We started that from the Black Market, right? So we started that because, of course, all the connections that we were making and other people were making, and in that we started doing ribbon cuttings for Black small-owned businesses. So we started with the boutique outlet, which was the boutique downtown Winter Haven. Amazing, doing her ribbon cutting. People were like, we didn't even know it was a Black-owned business downtown. Let's go support. We also did a ribbon cutting for 𝗕𝗃𝗴𝗿 Law, which is, of course, a Black-owned law firm, owned by 𝗕𝗃𝗴𝗿𝗿. I said it right, I think. So she is a Haitian American. She's amazing, though. And a lot of people, I feel like, are connected to her through the Black Market. So there are a lot of benefits from coming out, supporting, connecting. Yeah, let's get this money in our communities, help build and help grow.
Let me tell you something. And so when we talk about Black businesses and merch and all of that good stuff, shout out to Quality Uniform Solutions, because I know y'all got the plug with the uniforms. I was with the merch. Because I want y'all to tell people how they can get the merch too. Because I love your shirts, your sweatshirts. I was telling Symone that I had to switch my shirts for this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was just walking around the store and I'm like, Symone, look, I kind of found a shirt that was kind of like y'all, like the little theme of the colors, just the colors. I got some brown on today, some beige and brown, different shades and all of that good stuff. And so tell people how they can get merch, because I think like supporting you, coming out even in your merch will be a sign of support, and it is a great way for you guys to make money to put back into the festival. So can people just purchase from you guys?
Not from us, but you can reach out to us. We can send you the link. So the person who we have on top of that is Quality Uniform Solutions, Dexter. It's a Black-owned business. He has a store in Winter Haven off of Havendale, the same plaza with. On his website, qualityuniformsolutions.com, and on there is also the Black Market t-shirts, the sweatshirts, and he can get those made, sent to you either to your home, or you can pick them up in store. But he will be at Black Market pressing shirts on site and sweatshirts. So if you don't have one but would like to purchase one, come on out. We will have him out there with the merch so that you can purchase it. Because we had
that. I love that. I love that you're able to do that. And so I just like before, because there's something else I wanted to speak about. Z, you did start giving information of how people can get more information about the festival. And so we'll go into that. I want to say this to the people who are involved in the festival, in the Black Market, right? So if you are a vendor, and this is just me, not even necessarily giving you game, but just also talking about partnership. Like if you are in partnership with Symone and Z, right? It takes a collective to make an event successful. And I just feel like if you are a vendor, if you're somebody that you know that's going to be out there, if you are in charge of decor, if you were in charge of the music or whatever, you should be promoting this event. You should be promoting this event along with promoting your merch, because you are in partnership with them, because your goods will lead people to the Black Market. The Black Market will be promoting you, and in essence, they will be leading people to you. So it is combined partnership. So everybody involved shouldn't just be sitting back like, oh, that was a cute poster, and I'm gonna just like it. No, like it, share it.
I'm telling you, put it on your story.
Share it with your family, your friends. Like, I just feel
Mhm.
like, are you not trying to make money too? Like, you're not trying to make people aware of
And
your
I think that's a good point to make, 𝗲𝗲𝗄, because honestly, Z and I can't do this alone.
yeah,
You have to promote the business as well.
right,
You can't expect us to bring everybody.
right.
We need your help to make sure you're sharing it with everybody, letting them know about the black market, letting them know what's going to happen. We need to make sure that our vendors are sharing. Share, guys.
Because there's a lot of people that like to spend dollars, like what
It
Z
is.
saying. And even if it's not spending money, like one of the vendors that you guys said, the one who wants to bring awareness to how to grow your own fruits and vegetables, I literally have an enrichment here that is a gardening enrichment. I
Oh
want to
yeah.
tap to that person. So they are about
Right.
to be invited to my school, and I don't even know who this person is. So I'm like saying, all the time, you have to be thinking,
Yeah.
connect the dots.
Right. You don't know who's going to be out there that could be your gateway to your next level. So
Exactly.
I'm so glad you said that, 𝗲𝗲𝗄, because that is so important. And I don't know if we've even mentioned how important that is to our vendors
We
this month,
haven't.
Yeah.
but definitely gonna make note of that, and definitely gonna make sure we let our people know, like, especially with it coming up this Saturday.
Yes.
Y'all,
Yeah.
this
Yes.
event, like, it's, I know sometimes we've been promoting it for so long, so it's kind of like, but now is the crunch time. You need to let everybody know, everybody in your church, if you go to church, everybody at your job, if you have a job, everybody, all the people that come out and support you, all of your customers already have, let them know, hey, I'm doing a pop-up shop, a vendor market. I'm gonna be here on this day. Pull up if you can from 11 to 5 time, in between that time, to come out and support them. And it's important, like Symone said, we can't just do it alone. We can't be the only ones putting you on to this. Everybody got to play their part and make sure,
Yep.
because that's how it gets bigger, and that's how you
Mhm.
get people to come out and support you, because I don't know who you don't
Right.
know,
Right.
but both are sharing it. The people who will see it and come out and support you, and the people who I know will see it and come out and support you.
Right.
Mhm.
Well said. Well said. I am so glad you guys are kicking it off on February 1st, which is the very first day of Black History Month. So how special is that?
Right.
And it fell on a Saturday.
Too.
It's your birthday month?
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be, I love it because it's gonna be purple every day.
After the black market.
Make sure you guys come out. Make sure you guys come out. So before we end the show, and thank you so much, ladies, for scheduling this time. Congratulations on your proclamation from the city of Winter Haven. You are so deserving of it. You have been putting in that work, and this is only year 2, and you already got the proclamation. So that is just a precursor for what's to come, bigger and better, and growing and growing and growing. And so tell everybody, if they want to get information about the Black market, where should they look and what should they do?
Look online at Facebook, the Black Market, a Melanin Cultural Festival, Instagram, the Black Market, AMCF. Our email is also on there if you want to directly contact us. It's the Black Market, AMCF@gmail.com. And yeah, that's how you can reach us personally. Symone Wilson, Alexander Wilson on Facebook, Zanjia Zow on Facebook, and we'll be more like, give us grace if we don't respond to you right away, because we have a lot. There are lots of times, but we definitely return the message as soon as we can. And if you aren't a part of it this year, don't fret. It's okay. Listen, you can bet your bottom dollar that we're gonna make every effort to make sure this is happening yearly, and really twice a year, quarterly, who knows, but for sure yearly, an annual yearly event, the Black Market. You can bet it will be in February every year. So,
any parting words, Symone? Are we good?
No parting words. Thank you. Well, actually, I lied. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Black market. 𝗲𝗲𝗄, thank you for having us. So sorry we missed you last year. We was tired after the Black market. But thank you for having us. We appreciate you. We hope to see you there.
absolutely, you will see me there. So make sure you guys are in the building so that you can see all of us. Make sure you take pictures when you go there. Make sure you go live.
Yes.
Make sure you let everybody know where your location is and all of that good stuff. Like leave a review and all of that. And so this is just a way. This is like the groundwork of this is like the basic level of supporting someone. You know, we're not saying you have to be rich and you have to buy from every vendor, but your presence is one thing. Your presence at an event is like one of the most important things for someone who's putting on an event. All right. So number one, show up. Make sure you are in the most supportive mind frame, that you are coming there to support. You are coming there to have a good time. You are not coming there to critique. You are coming there because you're going to be immersed in such a beautiful display of what pride looks like for your ethnicity, of what pride for community looks like, of what pride of being in the epicenter of Florence Villa. And I think she said Uptown as well. Like you are right in the epicenter, right? So feel the breeze, look out, outlook the water, feel the music, buy you some things, and then some more things, and then some more things, and take pictures and all of that stuff. Because we want to see the recap on Facebook, all right?
Yes.
And so this has been, go ahead.
It's a free community event. And if I pass you this Saturday, Jazzmar, just do you, my host and sister, just do you, okay?
So listen, I will be out there. I will be supporting. I'm excited. I'm so proud of you too. And so thank you again for being my special guest for this episode. And I look forward to seeing you Saturday. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So this has been episode 142 of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. Make sure that you subscribe, you follow, you like on Facebook, IG, and on YouTube. You can find us and many more episodes on your favorite podcast platform. Don't forget to tune in every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, now is a dope time for a comeback. You can come back from anything with God, the right resources, knowing how to use those resources effectively, and your willingness to do the necessary work. I will see you later, and we will be back for episode 143 next week. Have a great day, Jazzie crew. Bye, Symone and Zanjia. Bye, Zanjia, and bye, Big Z. I gotta say Big Z. I know. Big Z. Bye, Symone. Symone, we need a name for you. What's a nickname?
Sim.
I'm a call. Okay. All right, Sim. I was gonna say Saul. You know, Symone is out. Right. All right, ladies. You guys have a great evening. Hang up that proclamation. Let's frame it. I want y'all take a new profile picture. I just want to see the proclamation. All right. All right, ladies. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.